Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Roll with Paternity University. This video is going to be like a real life case study of what can go horribly wrong. This is a crime that a young man committed. He's now serving life in prison with no chance of parole, all because of just his response to a situation. Check this out. I'm going to play about a minute long video or so from the news, and it's a crazy story, and then there's a lesson behind it as well. Multiple lessons behind it, but it can apply to paternity testing as well. So check it out.
And you hit it. Crazy story indeed. I'm going to get to all those details in just a minute, but it only took the jury an hour and 45 minutes to find Marcus Murphy guilty of capital murder. Now, his team does plan on filing an appeal, but for now, he was sentenced to life in prison without the chance of parole. So I was there in the courtroom today for the second part. As the defense rested, the judge read the jury their deliberation instructions, and the defense and state made their final statements to the jury. Marcus, who was stationed in Virginia in the U.S. Navy, was wearing a sailor uniform in court. According to the charging documents, Ebony Harris was found dead in her apartment February 2015. Detectives found Marcus had flown to Houston from Virginia the day Ebony was killed and flew back out 2 hours later. His phone pinged at her apartment. Ebony, who was already a mother to 2 boys, had been stabbed in the back and chest. The state says Marcus's DNA was found underneath her fingernails, allegedly from scratching and clawing at him when she was being attacked. The defense claimed the DNA may have come from the last time the two were intimate months prior, but obviously the jury didn't buy that. The defense said Ebony had several partners when she got pregnant, and she was simply wishing Marcus was the father. It did come out in trial that Marcus indeed did not father the twins, although he was led to believe he did.
Okay, so this story is pretty insane. Marcus was in the Navy. He is married already with twins already. And he gets this young woman pregnant outside of his marriage. And instead of him just saying, oh, shoot, I screwed up, maybe let me pay for a prenatal paternity test while she's pregnant, he flies down to Houston, kills her, and flies back to Virginia. Gets caught eventually and is sentenced to life in prison without parole. Mind you, this young woman was pregnant with twins. Now, it was stated that he was made to believe that he was the father, but indeed he was not. I'm assuming that at some point in time a paternity test was conducted, maybe post-mortem or so, but he was not the father of those unborn twins. So he killed this young woman, and the twins also passed away in that murder, unfortunately. So the lesson in this is, first off, obviously, controlling your emotions, number one. Number two, if you're married, stay faithful. That's another thing too. Number three is he could have just asked for a prenatal paternity test. If he just would have maybe did a little bit of research, like, hey, are these kids truly mine? Let me figure out before I make any type of decision. Maybe even before I end up telling my wife, that was up to him. He could have done that. But a little bit of research, a little bit of talking, a little bit of communication, he could have probably said, okay, let me see if we can do this prenatal test. And people get these prenatal tests when the woman is pregnant all the time. Sometimes they get them without their spouse knowing. Sometimes they get them with their spouse knowing because they communicated. They fessed up. So this could have all been avoided. He's literally in jail for the rest of his life because of this. Something so ridiculous and silly. He's in jail for the rest of his life. So just lesson in that one. Hey, look, this is real life stuff. This is real deal. And he wasn't even the father. He literally killed her and those twins, the unborn children, for no reason. An emotional response. And he's in jail for the rest of his life. So massive lesson in there. And it's also this can be applied to paternity testing. Hey, crazy story. Everybody, thank you so much. If you liked it, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. This is a pretty crazy story. Let me know what you think in that story. Do you think there was a piece missing? Or do you think, his response was completely unjustified? Let me know. I appreciate it. Signing off.